Hi, my name is Tobin, and I've been marketing for local businesses and major corporations my entire career. Today, I'm the founder of Virtual Storefronts, where I work daily to help local business owners succeed online. This is a show about lessons learned over 25 years for anyone who wants more foot traffic at their local business. This is Retail Therapy. Today, I want to talk about something that's a little bit of a sensitive issue, so I want to start off with a little caveat. It's about ghosting. If you're not familiar with the term, when someone who's expecting to hear back from you, they send you a message, a text, or something like that, and it's just radio silence. This is extremely destructive for local business owners to practice, obviously, but we should dive a little bit into why it happens and why it's more prevalent in younger generations. People who have grown up with technology everywhere all the time, not people like myself who remember a time when technology wasn't everywhere. Those people have been inundated with messages, engagement, scrolls, feeds, total information bombardment since they became conscious. And even if they aren't, for example, on a device, their parents are on devices. Devices are everywhere, messaging is everywhere. So we should acknowledge that the instinct to not respond or to become overwhelmed by the 10,592 emails that you have in your Gmail inbox, or these 210 text messages that are you have not responded to. Let's acknowledge that overwhelmingness and that mess of technology that's not in control, that's not being controlled by the people that make it, and not really being made in a very humane way that makes it easy for us, has, without limits, has taxed the system. Our 20-something, 30-something, 40-something entrepreneurs, it can go all the way. Everyone, this can happen to anyone, to become overwhelmed and just not respond. That's an understandable reaction. However, the problem with ghosting is that it leaves the person who is trying to get in contact with you completely in the dark. It's a narrative problem because the other person starts making up narratives. Whether you like it or not, every relationship, every customer is a relationship. And you want to try to cultivate that relationship, and you want to respect the other person's time, the other person's headspace. And ghosting is exactly the wrong thing to do regarding time and headspace respect, because you end up taking up other people's headspace. And because because it's anyone who's done any ghosting, it's happened to you. And you think about, did that person get the message? Are we still on for this? And it becomes this whole stopping block. While it's important to acknowledge that ghosting is a reality, that people, that it's an honest reaction that people are having to an overwhelming experience in technology, it's also important to just flat out acknowledge that there's something wrong with it. And that it's not going to, it doesn't help any situation, because what ends up happening is by inaction, you dominate. So it's almost a passive aggressive thing. By inaction, you're dominating the relationship. Everyone has to work their existence around you. If everyone did that, we would all just be working overtime to work around. We can't work together as a team. At some point, we need to set ourselves aside and also enable things to happen that need to happen. The other part about ghosting, I think, that we need to talk about is what goes on inside someone's head when they're thinking about, well, hey, I should have sent that message, or I should have done this or that. What you think and how that doesn't really matter that much. What you do and what your actions are is what matters. So here's a kind of a framework for your business, for your life, to help you with managing ghosting. First of all, it's like all problems. The faster you deal with them, the sooner you deal with them, the less of a problem they are. The longer you don't deal with them, like the toothache, the longer you don't deal with them, the worse they get. And that's just a universal reality. That's just the mechanics of problems. Problems do not, generally speaking, except for my old Volvo, just disappear. Problems unaddressed just become more of a problem. So what you want to do is get in front of it. Just tell someone that this isn't the time. You're very busy. You can use AI to get your phrasing right. Just tell AI, hey, I just need to make a response to someone to let them know I'm on pause and that I'm. And then the second thing that you want to do, which is important, is acknowledge the next steps for what it is that the other person needs from you, and try to give them an idea of a deadline, or not a deadline, but like how the next steps will happen. If you do those two things, that would be great. That's really going to help you a lot with your relationship building. And relationships are what makes the world go round. We can't all live within our bubble. We can't have the entire world just accommodating how we operate. We need to operate in concert with the world around us. Live in a world where you're respected and other people respect your time. Just a quick ping that says, hey, I got a lot on my plate at the moment. I will be getting to this in the next couple of days. Give yourself a deadline. Deadlines do help. And that'll help motivate you when you wake up the next morning and you need to do something. You're like, hey, listen, I made that commitment. And those are the commitments that make the world go round and make you more successful at your relationships with your customers, which are very important relationships. That is today's retail therapy. Don't be ghosting if you can avoid it. And if you are in a position where you're stuck and you can't get back to someone, people understand it's an overwhelming world. Just ping them and say, listen, I need until tomorrow. You don't have to offer any explanation. I just need, busy right now, got a lot on my plate. I'll talk to you tomorrow and we can go into the next steps, or I'll get that for you then. Thanks for watching. This is Retail Therapy. My name is Tobin. If you want to learn about virtual storefronts, which is all about making things completely easy for local business owners to be discovered online, then you can go to virtualstorefronts.co. And until next time, we have a bunch of businesses that we're inviting right now, and we would love to have your business come on. It's $199 a year. That's Retail Therapy, and I am out.